Can anyone pinpoint the exact moment where everything became both A, worse? I'm going to assume he's talking about in quality, and B, more expensive. When did this happen? Today, that's what we're going to discuss, guys. This is a tweet by somebody named Matt Vans. I can't even pronounce that name. I'm not going to try. But I don't follow this guy. This was on my Explore page, and I thought it was interesting. We're going to go through this together. It's got 3,000 comments, and I feel him. I feel him what he means. If we've ever heard of the term, what is it called when you're not in a recession, but it's not stagflation. It's basically when they put the same product but less food. Shrinkflation. There it is. If you go to like food restaurants, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like they're making like the bowls smaller, but they're charging you the same price instead of raising their price on the whatever they're selling. A lot of people are doing that. So I think that's what he might mean when he says worse. And be more expensive. I mean, we know we're living in the times. Look at the date right here. This is the same date that I'm recording this video, November 24th, 2025. Everything is more expensive. I completely understand him. So we're going to go through it with him. He said, when did this happen? Let's see, man. We got to go through the ones that got the most likes. That's what I like to do on X. That's how I learn. I learn from people that are smarter than me. And if they got a lot of hearts on their comment, most of the time, not all the time now, not all the time, but a lot of the time, look at that. Why is this water suddenly boiling? You guys ever heard about that analogy where when you place a frog in hot water, he leaps out. But if you put a frog in regular room temperature water and then begin to boil that water, he won't notice it's getting hot, so he stays in it. I thought that's funny right there. This was one of my favorite comments. So I went through this post just really quickly, and then I said, I got to make a video. I got to talk to you guys about this. This was one of my favorite comments. The guy, remember, he asked, when did this happen? When did everything start getting worse like this? Why? When? And my question would have been why too. But The Creature from Jekyll Island, this book is huge. I just audiobooked this book this year. Yeah, earlier this year. Someone had recommended that book. Sorry, I got to drink water, guys. My bad. Got to stay hydrated. Somebody had recommended. It's so true. It's so crazy. This is my first time talking to you guys like this. So it's like whenever you hear people, it's because they're talking a lot. You need water. So you guys ever seen the TED Talk? You got to have a water. Anyway, stand-up comedy. Anyways, The Creature from Jekyll Island was one of the most eye-opening books for me because you don't really understand what's deep inside of the crevices of the system. Like, imagine going to New York City and opening up one of those what do you call it? Like the floor where the plumbing is for the city. You know, you got to open up those big circular heavy iron plates that sits on the floor covered. And if you were to look inside there's like tubes and tunnels. And then it's all the plumbing of all of the New York City sewer water and all kind of like that. This book kind of opens your eyes and shows you all the plumbing of the financial system and who laid the pipes, when they laid the pipes, and how it was kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? The word I would use is the word how they were purposely manipulated. Maybe that's what I would say. The money, the monetary system, our whole system as a whole. This guy, G. Edward Griffin, which also has a Twitter page. You guys can follow it. He talks in this book about how the money system has been manipulated. So when this guy asks, like, yo, when did everything start getting more expensive? It makes me think about that book too. So this dude, whoever this is, Silver Trade, that was his only response. Nothing else needed to be said except for that book. I suggest you guys look at that book if this is something that you question yourself also. Because, and this right here, let's see, it started in 1971. Go through all the data and you'll see everything began going on in its currently course. going on its currently course then. Took a while to notice. We're in the end game now. Net productivity, hourly compensation. Oh, productivity has gone up, but compensation, we're not getting paid enough. Somebody said COVID, like genuinely everything got worse the moment we got locked down. Why wouldn't we? I'm gonna be honest, bro. Most people think that it started in COVID, but I agree with this guy. You got to take a look at that book. You have to. It started far before COVID. Far before COVID. 1913, 1930. This guy's on what I'm on. Look, the Fed banning gold, ending silver coinage, ending the gold standard. Yep. You see, he added COVID too. I think COVID kind of gave it a boost, right? Made everything even worse, especially since they started printing more dollars around that time. But I do believe that it started a longer time before COVID. Look at this guy. 1913 and 1971 are good answers. More recently, we got this financial war crime. What is this about? Jerome Powell, we want to see inflation move to 2%, and we mean that on a sustainable basis. We don't mean just tap the base once. Stage one was post-war World War II. The top was 85.95. You see, most people are taking it further back, way further back. Somebody here said Biden. I only got 130 likes, so maybe not everyone agrees. Somebody said John F. Kennedy. Someone said 2020. The price is called and shitification happened mostly over the last 2 decades. Somebody else said COVID. What do you guys think? That's my big question. I don't care what these people think. The world we grew up in no longer exists. You grew up in no longer exists. Yes. Somebody else said COVID. Guys, I have a question for you guys. What do you guys think? When do you think, if you could pinpoint, that everything became both worse, and let's assume he's talking quality here, and more expensive? I already told you guys what I think. Take a look at this book. I agree with the 1913, right when the 1913 and 1930, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, he put different dates here. 1913 was the Fed. 1930 was banning gold. I gotta research that. I'm learning here with you guys. 1964 was ending silver coinage, and then 1971 ending the gold standard. Yeah, these align with what he's saying. So this is, I got to give this a like right here. Jason, I don't know who that guy is. I think that's when, yes, I think that's when it happened. That's my opinion. I think that once they took the gold, they released the backing of the dollar. It was backed by gold at the time. They were just able to print. And once they started printing away, that's what I basically opened up this channel to teach you guys and talk to you guys about and to discuss with you guys as a first generation American. I got to keep bringing that up because nobody taught me and us the system. Nobody taught us the system. First generation Americans, we're in here. We got, not that we got thrown in this pot. My family came here. I know, okay, they came here. Now, I was raised by immigrants who were too busy trying to get by themselves to try to talk to me about a system they don't even understand. So with the internet and all the information that we get today, I was able to learn it myself and come to the conclusion that removing the gold backing from the dollar was the moment that the scam began, my opinion, and they started inflating our currency. And I'm going to try to keep this one short, but I think the reason why, I'll go into why I think they did that. I think that the reason why our currency is being inflated, I'm in the United States, is because they are trying to usher in a brand new financial system. So my opinion, they're trying to crumble and disengage or take down the current financial system, and they're trying to bring in a brand new one. That's when crypto comes in the picture and all that good stuff. So hyperinflation, I think we're going to see it all. I think we're going to see, things get even more expensive, but I don't want to go too deep into that. I'd rather stay with my questions, which are, why do you guys think? Because I want to learn from you guys too, because at the end of the day, like I was saying, I recently, maybe in the past like 7 years, 7, 8 years, I began nibbling and dabbling into the markets. That's how it started for me, my financial journey into the stock market. Then it went into crypto, and then I started asking more questions. And now I'm in the I'm into finance. I'm in the finance world. And I'm in here with you guys to teach and to learn. So why do you guys think, if somebody comes across this channel that knows way more than I do, please educate us in the comment section and educate Matt Van Swole on why you think everything became both worse. If you can pinpoint the exact moment when everything became both worse and more expensive. When did this happen? I'm going to keep this video short, guys. My name is Pastor Blackwood. I really appreciate anyone that stayed this long. This is a brand new channel. I plan on talking about finance and things of this nature to people like myself who, like I said, didn't grow up with that financial education, with no one that's talking to them about, being literate in finance in this system. So I welcome you guys. I welcome you guys to subscribe. If you like this video, if you like this style of content, hit that like button and stick around, because I plan on giving you guys more of this style of content. All right. I'm out. Peace.